Assassin's Creed Shadows director hates the fans. I'm shocked, I tell you. Shocked. Well, actually, not really that shocked, to be honest.
You know, ladies and gentlemen, one of the biggest issues that we've been having with the game developers and studios overall is that, quite frankly, they cannot or will not take any actual criticism whatsoever. They feel like they, for some reason, can gatekeep criticism and decide which criticism is allowed and which criticism isn't. And it's absolutely ridiculous.
To be fair, I think they allow no criticism, really, unless it suits them in a strange way. Because these people are not normal people. And I don't mean it in that sense. I mean in the way that they view themselves. They're big shots. They made this game. They literally got granted hundreds of millions. In Assassin's Creed Shadows case, most likely 500 to 600 million. Obviously, they are better than the stinky poo-poo peasants that want to play their games. Obviously, they are so better than me. I am dirt beneath their heels, and so are probably all of us. So, why would these people ever allow criticism from people who are... you can't even... They're not even people, in their opinion, let's be real. Why would they ever allow criticism from someone like us? Who have the wrong opinions, who clearly don't understand the world good enough, because if we did, we would be on their side, obviously, right? Yeah, of course they don't understand criticism from us, because we are in the wrong, objectively, from their own opinions.
And we have another situation here where we have the Assassin's Creed Shadows director deciding that he's going to choose, or they're going to choose, I don't even know if it's a guy or a girl, I'm pretty sure it's a guy, he's going to choose what is considered...
You never know nowadays, do you? Maybe we should start using they, them pronouns. Huh? This is a pretty good example why we should.
Warranted criticism and what is not.
No, that on retrospect, that's stupid.
And he's only going to listen to that warranted criticism from Japanese fans, and he's completely going to ignore Western audiences, which is absolutely insane, mind you. And the funny thing is, now you want to listen.
But the Japanese fans also want the same as the Western fans. What's the difference? Maybe his excuse is gonna be, well, I'm gonna listen to the Japanese fans. Oh, well, whoopsie doopsie. I don't know how to read Japanese. Guess I'm not gonna do that. Is that it?
Japanese criticism, when you had damn near a freaking year to listen to their criticism, but you decided to say that it wasn't real for the majority of the time. Yeah, this is absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah.
So let's get into this article, guys, from The Gamer. But of course, before we do, if you are new here, just consider hitting that subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate it, and like the video to push us out into that YouTube algorithm. So again, we have a headline here that says Assassin's Creed Shadows director will listen to warranted criticism from Japanese fans. Ever since the protagonists of Assassin's Creed Shadows were revealed to be Yasuke and Naoe, Ubisoft has found itself at the center of controversy.
To be fair, not a lot of people are against Naoe. I am, because I don't know if that's even a girl or a boy or a twink. I'm assuming it's a twink, and I'm assuming Yasuke gets to pound that twink ass. But, in, more ways than one, obviously. In a varied manner and shit. Whatever. Moving on.
While many detractors have used the argument of historical realism to go against the game, saying that it is inaccurate to portray Yasuke as a samurai, much of the conversation has devolved into overt racism. Now, again, guys, this is from The Gamer, so most ridiculous.
I mean, well, you need to be pretty racist to do what you did with Assassin's Creed Shadows. That is on point.
Ridiculous website in the world, but I utilize articles from both sides to try to get multiple different points of view. But at the end of the day, man, if you are going to downplay the arguments that are happening around Assassin's Creed Shadows as simply racism, then you simply aren't paying attention. You aren't listening to people, and you damn sure are not listening to the Japanese, that's for sure. I think it's pretty ironic that these people suddenly want to listen to the criticism of the Japanese when the first bit of criticism came out, people tried to say that it wasn't Japanese people.
There's some kind of small tick sound, like, maybe Hypnotic's doing, what's it called? squeezy thing that takes the pressure off, the stress off. I mean, I can't blame him. The U.S. could nuke his coca fields or wherever he works. I'm assuming it's a coca field. Maybe it's worse. Who knows?
People. It was white people using Google Translator. That is the level of ridiculousness that we are dealing with here from people that just don't
Good
want to
times.
admit that they made the wrong decision, right? Nobody wants to admit that, but this company overall, Ubisoft, damn sure doesn't want to admit that. Now, the game director, Jonathan Dumont, has touched on this at a preview event. Here, he doesn't address the comments or hate coming from Western audiences. Bro,
Jonathan Dumont. What a strange name.
what do you mean? The hate is coming from both sides, Western audiences, Japanese audiences, everywhere. You're getting hate and criticism from everywhere. Stop trying to make it seem like it's just Western audiences when you and I both know that the Japanese are heavily involved in this, especially over the last 6 months.
I mean, the Japanese literally are potentially going to get this game banned in Japan on how absolutely ridiculous it is and misrepresenting the Japanese culture and history.
Where it has ramped up to the point where now they're trying to get government.
And anyone who wants to say, oh, it's Assassin's Creed was never realistic, I'm not going to even get engaged that argument. It's so dumb. I'm not even actually going to engage it anymore.
Officials involved over the portrayal of this game. So you could try to downplay it all you want, but don't let it be twisted. The Japanese are just as mad as the Western audiences. But says that he is willing to hear Japanese fans out as long as the feedback is good and warranted. Bro, this is so weird. Like people only want to.
Like, what do you mean good and warranted? What kind of feedback can be good and warranted at the same time? That's like licking his shoes. That is like saying, oh, the only good feedback is you licking my boots. That's not that great, I would say.
Listen to criticism.
Not really, like agreeable from both sides of the aisles,
when it's positive. And the thing is, like, there is almost no such thing, right? Criticism is going to come in any form because it's criticism. It doesn't have to come positive. Like, you guys are trying to create this environment of toxic positivity where you want everybody.
I said it before, I'll say it again. The modern day reward for making a good game is the fact that players don't shit on you en masse. You want to be the rock star? You want to be the good big boy who makes the games and gets all the girls and gets all the recognition? Well, you suffer the consequences.
Everybody to walk on eggshells and essentially lie to you and lie to your face over how they're feeling about the game. You want them to handle you with kids' gloves. And it's fucking pathetic, man, at the end of the day, man. If you're going to listen to criticism, then listen to criticism. Otherwise, don't even bother saying you're going to listen if you're going to try to gatekeep what criticism you're going to hear and what criticism you're not, right? Obviously, if you got somebody just yelling slurs at you, that's not criticism. That's someone just yelling slurs at you. But these people would try to make that person seem as if they are the majority, and it's ridiculous. But in any case, Assassin's Creed Shadows director was asked about the pushback in Japan, and then he says he'll listen to Japanese fans. This interview has not been released in full, but is quoted by content creator Genki Gamer, who spoke with Dumont at a recent preview event. I also asked about the controversy surrounding this game in Japan, and he told me that the team are focused on the game. Genki begins, they are trying to listen to Japanese fans, and if there is any good and warranted criticism, they will try to take it.
Wait. I also asked about the controversial surrounding this game in Japan, and he told me that the team of folks at Genki begins. They are trying to listen to the Japanese. Wait. So, who the hell did he ask? Is this like a part of Ubisoft or something like that? Also, again, the Japanese historian was a whack job lunatic woke parader. The people that are supposed to be hired to review the cultural correctness, what's the word here I'm looking for? Something the Japanese culture represented in Ubisoft are also not Japanese. They're like Canadians. You know those annoying people who are like, oh, how dare you speak about my culture? I'm Japanese, baby. Aren't you like born in the USA? Yeah. Aren't you like a third generation US citizen at this point? Yeah. Have you actually even been to Japan? No. Do you even know how to speak? No? And these are the people who are gonna be like, I'm Japanese and I represent. No, no, you don't represent shit, buddy. Okay, shut up.
It in. But on the whole, they are mainly focused on delivering an outstanding game. You're about to release this game, bro. You're about to release this game this month. What
Come on, don't keep me edging, Ubisoft. Edge me when the game releases, but don't edge me this much.
do you mean you're going to listen to criticism? You already had the opportunity to listen to all the criticism that was coming your way over the last few months when you delayed the game. Why are you suddenly going to listen to criticism?
A rumor has it whenever you play Yasuke, the watermelon stand spawn rate is 50% high.
Now in the month that you're supposedly releasing this game on March 20th? That doesn't make it, you're a little bit too late. Like, I don't understand why you would even bother saying something like this. You might as well just triple down at this point and say, well, we made the best game that we could and put it out there and let the market decide. That's basically it. You already know the game's going to do fairly well for being attached to Assassin's Creed as a franchise. Whether or not it does as well as its previous
Fairly well, yeah. It's gonna sell a couple of million copies. That has always been my opinion. It's gonna sell like 2, maybe 3 million copies or something. But the thing is, that's a disaster. Ubisoft needs this shit to sell like 10 million copies, if not the whole goddamn 15 to 20 million copies at this point. Yeah, not great.
entries is remaining to be seen, but you already know it's going to do fairly well just because of the name alone. Normie's going to eat it up. So just triple.
Yeah, I mean, we're not at the point where Assassin's Creed has collapsed as a franchise. It has been going down, 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 down. And then there was the disease of unknown origin that happened, which made Valhalla sell millions. It literally sold like 20 million. But after that, this is it. There's nothing after that. Now it's gonna be bad. And I'm all here for it, boys.
Down at this point. I don't understand why you would even bother saying you care about Japanese criticism when you're gatekeeping it, number one, and number two, you never cared before, so why care now? As for what would it be considered warranted criticism, that would like
to be fair, didn't care before and caring now. I would not use that as an argument because, yeah, people change their opinions. People change what they care about. Things that did not concern you suddenly do concern you when they're happening to you. It's a fair thing to, be concerned about whatever is happening now, even if you previously did not care. That's just how the world is. That is unmutable quality of being a human.
likely include the endless stream of complaints about Assassin's Creed going woke, something we've seen many other games over the past year. And guess what? Those games died. Guess what? Most of those games died.
No, wait, I need to do it now like this because this is stupid and wow.
Is some legitimate
if you know, you know.
Criticism to calling certain games woke, absolutely. And I do agree that the term is being overused, of course. We've mentioned that many times with some video games that have come out recently. But overall, when people are calling things woke, it's because they're noticing patterns and they're seeing certain things that they want to call out. And that's the only way that they can genuinely call it out and put it into a bubble that it belongs to. That's basically it. They don't really have another way to explain it half of the time. But you all know what they mean when they call something woke. And for you to
yeah. My favorite part about the woke discussion is people saying, "Oh, you don't even know what woke is." I mean, you call everything woke. No, I don't. No, I don't at all. I don't call everything woke. And the things that people call woke en masse somehow usually fail. That's the greatest thing about this. We may not all even agree what woke is. Our definitions of this are very different. My definition is particularly different. If you have heard, you already know it. But, we still kind of agree that when most of us call something woke, it's probably woke and it's probably failing.
Pretend like these woke games that have come out over the last year plus haven't been failing. I think it's insane, man. You guys are coping ridiculously. There were also some calling on Yasuke to be removed from the game, which obviously could not be done so late into development. In any case,
yeah, I talked about this. There were rumors that Yasuke is getting axed from the game, and I'm like, how? How? If you axe the main protagonist from the game, you literally need to redo the whole game. That's not happening. You understand that, right?
Case, it isn't long until Assassin's
But I do believe that they definitely cut Yasuke's role where they could.
Creed Shadows is with us. It's set to launch on March 20th, although some fans have managed to get their hands on physical copies weeks in advance. So, again, guys, the entire point of this video is to essentially go over what the director is saying. And I think at this point, it is insane to be sitting here on the month of release and saying you're totally going to listen to feedback from the Japanese when you should have been doing that, number one, since day one.
Also, it's way too late to listen to any feedback. I mean, this shit should be launching in literally a day almost. Okay, that's how near it is. It's launching tomorrow, boys. Well, you know it's not tomorrow, but you get the point. It's so close we already can see it. And I want it. I want it. I want it so, so, so bad. In any case, that was Hypnotic 10 out of 10. Have a nice day. Oh, bye-bye.